Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining in. This was impromptu, and I thought I would share with you my skincare. And also a 5-minute makeup tutorial. I get so focused on makeup because it's really what I love and enjoy that I forget to tell everybody how I'm keeping my skin in such wonderful condition. So I want to tell you first a little bit about our Limelight by Alcone skincare, why it was invented, and the benefits of it. I'm going to actually have my notes here so that I can really make sure I explain everything fully to you. So first about skincare, I want to let you know that it actually takes less than a minute for chemicals from skincare products to enter the bloodstream. That's why Limelight set out to develop a super effective skincare line that is free of harmful chemicals. Limelight products work to heal, hydrate, and rebalance the skin cells. And it's really very different from, and much more effective from other brands' processes, which tend to generally be a strip and replenish. So they want to strip all the oils that we have naturally in our skin and replenish them. So this line is very different. The skincare came about because our CEO and founder, Michelle Gay, was actually looking into a health responsible ingredient skincare line. At the time, one of her closest friends was struggling with breast cancer and felt like the skincare chemicals were responsible for actually creating mutations that brought about her particular cancer. I do know that there are a lot of chemicals that are involved in skincare that, again, they're chemicals, so they're not good for the skin and they can get further in, and some of them can be cancer causing. So it was very important to Michelle at the time to make worry-free skincare for everyone, and that it's an amazing product for all women to be using every day. So some reasons why our skincare is better than others, I'll tell you, it's never tested on animals. It's a big concern for a lot of people. It's Leaping Bunny certified to that fact. It's made with all natural ingredients. It's non-comedogenic. There are no artificial colors or fragrance, no harmful chemicals, no sulfates, phthalates, and it's also paraben-free. So our ingredients are also created in a clean way. So in processing, no harmful chemicals are actually being brought into the environment. They're sustainable in the environment, and also it's bringing work to small farms all over the world. So products are all natural, all organic. Also, when you're washing your products, when you're washing your face, as you're rinsing your face off, no harmful chemicals are going down the drain. That's a big concern. Many companies other than us use chemical processing to harvest ingredients because it's cheaper and faster. So that's one of the reasons why a lot of other companies do this process. So you'll start to see after a few weeks if you decide to try Limelight, and if you do, please reach out to me. Skincare is extremely simple with this company, but there are some different ways that I can customize it for you. So I'm going to tell you, we only have 2 cleansers. Our cleansers are Dream Clean, and that is generally for normal to sensitive to oily skin types, and also our Quench Cleanse, which is what I use, which you go normal to dry to mature skin types. Just a few ingredients or the differences between the two. The Dream Clean is actually a foamy cleanser. So if you'd like to feel that foaminess as you're washing your face, that would be the reason to use the Dream Clean. It's made with aloe vera and soapberry. Soapberry is actually the product that we use to it's an all-natural ingredient, and that's what actually helps the foaming process. So it's a great cleanser for some acne-prone skin. The Quench Cleanser is more of a lotion-based cleanser, and I happen to like that, especially in El Paso. As I'm getting older, I am getting much drier. So I prefer to use that. Again, though, it has aloe vera, it has wheat germ oil, and it's made with pomegranate and oats. So all really terrific ingredients that are soothing and calming for my skin. We do have two masks to exfoliate the skin. So our masks are the Skin Polish and the Mask of Zen. So the difference, I prefer to use, I use both of them. So the Skin Polish I use all over my face once a week. It has nice, I'll start with that one then, since it is nutrient rich. It does have a scrub, but the scrub are made with tiny little plastic beads and jojoba beads. So that way it's very gentle on the skin. It has apricot oil, again the jojoba beads, and cold pressed lemon peel oil, which just smells amazing. So I like to use that as a scrub on my face. I'll rub it in, and a lot of times I make sure I go over my lips. Then I like to leave it on for about 10 minutes before I hop in the shower, because it really helps put that moisture back into the skin as I'm exfoliating. The Mask of Zen helps in balance, particularly for those who might have acneic skin. So it's made with cinnamon bark extract and tea tree oil. The mask itself will actually help draw out any impurities, and you can kind of feel it tightening and drawing as it goes. So it also can be used for those who want a nice temporary tightening effect. So if you were going out that night, you could put it on for about 5 minutes before you go out, wash, put on your makeup, and you'll see your skin will feel a bit more tight. The way I like to use it is when I get a little breakout somewhere, I just take a little bit of it, apply it wherever my little breakout may be, and sleep in it overnight. Generally when I wake up in the morning, it's completely gone. So only two scrubs. Then we have our serums, oils, and moisturizers. Very, very simple. So our #1 anti-aging serum is actually Sotox. Sotox is made with peptides. It is a firming, brightening, and age-reversing serum. So I like to call it lightening, tightening, and brightening. That's the easiest way for me to remember in it. Some of the ingredients are a rare algae that's called pilulin, and also the sanji mushroom. And that's really what helps the anti-aging complexes. So let's see, it's also can be used as a very light moisturizer. So for some of you who may be more oily, many of my friends have been using the Sotox as their moisturizer. So that's also good to know. The best way to use it is after you cleanse. So again, I've already cleansed my face, fresh out of the shower. I cleansed this morning with my Quench Cleanse. And I'm going to show you how I like to use it when I'm done. So you can massage that into the skin after cleansing, paying particular attention to some of your areas where you may have, I have some fine lines here. My age spot, it's also going to help lighten that, so I've been using that, and all over the skin. Then we have our Must Do, and you all know I love to use that also, so that's our facial oil. It's a blend of vegetable and therapeutic essential oils which restore, refresh, and protects the skin cell growth. So there's a product in there called Helichrome, which actually helps stimulate new cell growth. And Schisandra, that is a fruit extract which stabilizes the membranes for healthier skin. So this again can be used as a moisturizer or in addition to that. Then we also have our One Drop Wonder, which is an awesome product. Literally one ingredient in there. It is antiviral. It has helped with cold sores and shingles. It's antibacterial, and that can help with acne breakouts. It is also anti-inflammatory. So what it really does is it's made, first of all, from something that I had never heard of before. And apparently they're quite common here in Texas, but they grow particularly well in the state of Iowa, which is where these are actually harvested from. So it is a green hedge ball. Other people call it Osage orange. People out here in Texas call it a horse ball. So it's a large green ball, but the seeds are like little sunflower seeds. So similar to a pomegranate, it takes a while to open that and break and pull out all those little seeds. And then they're cold pressed, one ingredient, that's it. That's all that goes into this product. The amazing thing about this product is it does have UV protection in it. So I like to mix it with my foundation to make it more like a CC cream. So I'm getting protection from the sun. It helps to repair damaged and aged skin cells. So that's going to help in the care of your skin. It also helps reproduce collagen. It's also great for soothing erythema, and that is actually known as sunburn. So for those of you who are not being careful in reapplying your sunscreen or using the UV protection, as I'm doing on a daily basis, and you do get burnt, it's great to put on for that. So you can use that twice a day. It's a very light oil. So you can pair it with different ingredients. I like to pair it with my Sotox. So I'm going to show you my morning routine with that. And then we have 2 moisturizers. Our Calm Balm, which is a much lighter moisturizer. Again, good for anybody who has normal to sensitive to oily skin. Like I said, it's a much lighter moisturizer. Again, it's great for after sun exposure, great for using after shaving. So particularly for men, it can reduce the puffiness under the eyes. And the ingredients in there are aloe. There's aloe vera, and I'm just pulling up my little list here. Candida, which stimulates cell detoxification in the skin. And then the next moisturizer is our Skin Therapist, and that's the one that I like to use. So it's great for normal to dry to mature skin. It is not overly heavy, but it's definitely a little bit heavier than the Calm Balm. So I like to use that at night and in the morning. It contains safflower oil and also, again, oat protein, which helps the inflamed skin. So I'm going to show you again, all I did this morning was cleanse. So I'm going to show you how I like to use the products. I'm going to start with my Sotox. I like to use 2 pumps. 2 small pumps, and here's my 1 drop wonder. Now the other thing that the 1 drop wonder does is it actually helps push the ingredients further into the dermis, so into the skin. So I like to combine it, and I like to actually, you can use 1 drop, I like to use 2 drops. I'm going to combine that with my Sotox, because this is my anti-aging serum, so it's going to really help press this into the skin more. So I start with the bulk of the product on my cheeks. I tend to get a little red here. Then I'll come up. I like to come up and around the eye area. You can see I'm not applying it on my eyes, particularly where my little sunspot is. And then I just like to give it a nice massage into my skin. I'm always pulling it under my neck. So again, that 1 drop wonder, and then I always take a little, whatever's left over on my lips. I love the 1 drop wonder for that. So we're going to give that a few seconds while that is absorbing into my skin. I usually like to wait about 20 to 30 seconds before I apply my moisturizer, so the Skin Therapist. So as we're talking here again is the Skin Therapist, and I usually use 2 pumps. Not a lot of product, and to give you an idea, cost-wise on these products, extremely reasonable. The cleansers and the moisturizers are $26 each. We do have a program that you can purchase both of them and actually save some money. If you purchase them at one time, it's $44. And that's if you do an auto ship. So with the auto ship, you actually will receive it every month or every 2 months. I wash my face twice a day, so sometimes I go through product a little bit faster than others. So generally 1 month is good for me. If I'm really lazy and I take off my makeup at night with a makeup wipe and I'm exhausted and just fall asleep, then I just put a little bit of my Skin Therapist on. So I'm going to take that. I like to blend it into my hands. I tend to be more dry out in this area, so that's why I'm concentrating here before I come up and everywhere else on my skin. So that's it for the Skin Therapist. Then I like to do 1 pump of our Must Do, and you can start to see it's already running down my hands here. I still like to blend that in, and this smells so wonderful. It makes me feel like I'm in a spa. You can smell some of the lemon in it, and you can see I'm just really pressing it all into the skin. The other great thing is if there's anything left over, I can see some running down my hands here. I like to take it and rub it into my cuticles. So for those of you who know me, I'm not just a makeup artist, professional makeup artist. I'm also a nail tech. I had my salon back east, so this is a great product to be able to add on to that. Okay, so now we're going to get started on just a real quick, light, easy makeup. And let me just grab my products. So I'm going to mix a couple things today. I really need to start getting back out in the sun because I'm getting really light. So I'm going to take my my foundation, which is my Shinto 2, and today I'm going to mix a couple products. So I'm taking just a little bit of that with a palette knife or a spatula on the back of my hand. And you can see that's way too dark for me right now. So I'm also going to mix that with a little bit of my liquid foundation. And this one that I've been using is by Terry Tomlinson. It's something that I just got last week while I was in Dallas, and I love the formulation right now, mixing the two of them. I'm going to start, because I'm not going to do any eyeshadow today. I'm going to save that for tonight when I do my smoky eye look. So I just want to mask out any of the redness that I have in my eyes. And you can see I'm taking just a very small amount of product. Okay, so that's on the eyes. Now what I need to do is actually mix these two colors together. And if any of you were with me last night with my look, when I bronzed up, I had to use the darker color mixed with this. So now I have my skin tone here. I'm going to take my buffer brush and just dab it on. And again, we're going to keep it pretty light, and I'm just going to buff it in. I love products that will give me enough coverage and be quick and easy to use. And I always pull it down my neck a little bit, up into the forehead. A little bit under the brow bone. I'm going to take a little extra product and hit my sunspot there. I actually picked up a little bit too much, so let's press that in. There we go. That's better. A little bit more on my cheeks where I look a little more flushed. Always making sure to come around the nose. Okay, so my skin's pretty well covered, and I want to show you, I still have quite a bit of product left on the back of my hands. So I'm always trying to pick up less. Less is always more. You can always add. But sometimes that's a really bad habit I have, picking up too much. I'm using a number 3 concealer now. I have a little bit of darkness just under the eyes. So I want to come in with that. And what I'm doing, I'm going to actually exaggerate the movement with my right hand. So you can see I'm actually pressing and pulling at the same time. So I'm pressing it into the skin, but I'm not swiping. So that's going to help get rid of the dark circles. And then I'm going to take our number 2 concealer, which is much closer to my skin tone. And I'm going to start particularly in here where I have the little folds, and I'm going to come up and out. And this is going to give me a little bit of a lift. And generally my skin is pretty good, so I don't always need a lot of extra coverage. I can tell you I did have a little blemish last night, and I used my Mask of Zen, and it is gone. I'm going to come back in with that number 2 concealer again. Just a little bit here. I'm staying right in that where that fold area is, or actually the outer area of my occipital bone. and just brighten that up a little bit. So now, again, like I showed you last night, if I look down, they're going to still look pretty dark. But when I lift my head up, which is how most people see us, they're pretty much gone. So that's it for that area. I am going to just take a little bit of our pressed powder just under the eyes where I put a little extra concealer. I want to make sure that stays in place on my sunspot, and a little bit around my T-zone area. So we're going to keep it pretty simple and basic today. Like I said, I am just going to do some liner, mascara, and some color on my cheeks. So if I wanted to run out the door real quick, this would be a great way to do it. Hey, Jackie. So I'm just going to stay very, very close to the lash line. Basically doing this just to darken my lash line, to make my lashes look a little bit darker and more full. So I'm just keeping it very, very simple for this today. This way, when I come back in to do my smoky tutorial tonight, you can see how I start it. Okay, so that's it for the eyeliner. Like I said, simple, quick, and basic. I'm going to go in and do a little bit of my brows. Just going to fluff them up a little bit, give them a little more structure. And I just picked up my wrong brush. Here we go. So since I'm not using any brow pencil, I'm just going to take a bit of our little, our number 40, the eyeshadow that I like. And very, very lightly, again, I'm going to bring this one up. I'm just going to fill those in. I'm going to brush through them. I think I need a little bit more. There we go, right there in that spot. And you all know I like to use products for multi-use. So again, this is our eyeshadow that I'm using as my brow powder. I'm going to keep my skin pretty fresh. And actually, before we get any further, let me put some mascara on. So I am going to curl my lashes, and again, like I showed you last night, I'm going to stay straight on with that lash curler, and I'm going to tip it up. Again, straight on, and bring it up to curl those lashes and really lift them. So I'm just going to do some mascara on the top, since I don't have any shadow or anything else on. Starting again at the tips like I always do. Now I'm going to come down. I'm going to come from the top of the lash again downtown, bringing it back uptown to get that lift back. And go cross town and wiggle. Okay, that's one coat of mascara. It really does some amazing things. So again, I'm trying to place it on the tips first to place some of those fibers there. Now coming down to the base of the lashes. Coming downtown again and back up. This is a quick, easy way to get in and out the door. I always do just a little bit of liner or mascara. I generally have some foundation on because I don't like the way my skin looks without it. I get too red, so just a little bit. I'm going to take our number 40, again the eyeshadow, the Taupe for the Best. I'm going to come into my hollow here, and you can see how lightly I'm just barely touching my skin, just to create a little bit more depth to my face, bringing it, sweeping it up and out. I'm going to come under those little areas that I don't like under my chin. And since this area is generally lighter, I'm going to try to help push it back a little bit with whatever's left over on the brush. So that's it, nice and simple. I'm going to come back in, and I think what I'm going to do today, I'm actually going to take one little dab of the bronzer and one of the blush, and we're just going to mix it together. I'm going to just tap that off of my tissue because I want to keep this light and airy. I'm going to start in the back area here and just very, very lightly bring it forward. I might bump up the blush a little bit tonight when I do the smoky eye. I might not. I like to keep the skin nice and fresh. And now I'm just taking the back side of the brush. I'm basically just blending everything together. Well, there was one other thing that I wanted to show you all. So I'm going to use here, this is my macaroon. And a lot of times I like a cream blush. So I'm going to use this like a cream blush. I'm going to take a little bit of that on the back of my hand. And I don't want it rolling away. I'm going to just take a little bit and put it right on the apple area of my cheek. Start blending this in. And that's going to give me a little pop of color on my cheek. Since this is our long wearing, our enduring color, you're going to see this will not go anywhere throughout the day. And I like to sometimes use the creams. Oh, that's very pretty. I like that. I still have a lot of product left on the back of my hand, so I'm just going downstairs to eat some breakfast. Late breakfast today. And just put a little bit on the back of my lips. I could have done it the other way around. I guess that might have been easier if I put some on my lips first and then just touch my lips and come up and apply the brush. So that's it for a nice, quick, easy makeup. Again, I really wanted to share with you about the skincare. The skincare is truly amazing. And again, to let you know the price of the products, they start at $26 for cleansers and moisturizers. Our most expensive product in the show line is our One Drop Wonder, and this is $84. This lasts me a really long time. An amazing product. So all total, if you purchased everything from the serum to the moisturizer to the masks, you're looking at about $156, and you don't have to start there, but it's a great way to really start taking care of your skin. Again, I'm 53, and I have really seen a lot of improvement in the lines and lightening up any of the skin damage that I've had over the years. So I love the product. I love that it is all natural, all organic, all vegan, and all chemical free. There aren't too many lines out on the market right now that are all of those things, and Limelight has really made it available to everyone, keeping the price point down the way it is. Also, the packaging is very simple and clean. So this is all, again, organic vegetable oil, everything great to put back into the environment. So I just want to thank you all for joining me this morning, and I'll see you tonight for my smoky eye tutorial. Bye-bye.